here in this podcast to continue to keep you updated on new developments with this net can. We've been keeping you guys, notified the whole way. We'll continue to keep doing that, man. Go ahead and smash that motherfucking 5-star rate. Nobody's doing it like we're doing it here on the podcast. I'm sorry we don't do a lot of spinning on our head and dancing and buck dancing and shit like that, but we're going to continue to give you that raw, uncensored information like nobody else is doing it.
Indeed. Oh God, I can't wait to get to this one, man. So I talked, a couple days ago, was wrapping up a show and doing our post-production. And I go, Vic, Biden picked Kamala Harris as his running mate for vice president of the United States. And we just all looked at each other and we said, watch this. And as soon as we got home, we watched, and we're continuing to watch and watch and watch. Now, what are we watching? Oh God, we're watching of a high majority, I'll say that, of Black people, men and women, very, very happy that they see now a Black woman as the next vice president, Madam Vice President, as they're saying, of the United States of America. Now, when you look at that and you hear that in hindsight, it sounds absolutely great. Why wouldn't you, as a Black man, want to have a Black woman sitting on a mantle like that? As when we look at historically what we've been through, that's a great thing. But what we have to understand in this country is we've been through a lot of smoke and mirrors, a lot of song and dance, a lot of bullshit, a lot of magician shit before. So you can't blame a lot of people for looking at things through the full spectrum. So the other side are looking at it from the other side, and they give heavy criticism to it. It's kind of causing this divide between Black people. Who is Kamala Harris, really? What is your thoughts on what we're seeing right now, man? First off, Joe Biden picking Kamala Harris at the timing that he's picking Kamala Harris and everything that comes after.
First and foremost, I want to say the whole thing about people just, her being a Black woman. I seen D.L. Hughley put something up like, don't try to attack this Black woman and stuff and support a racist president, something of that, nature. And you got a lot of people saying that. And a lot of people got that whole Obama effect. Like you said yesterday, they see a half Black woman, which she is. I think she's Indian or Native American, the other half. When they see a woman and they see Biden and they see, okay, he's against Trump and he was Obama's vice president. So it's like that whole thing now has got us going crazy, but I think it's politically ignorant. And I think, someone said it, it was like, forget what that woman did in the past and let's just move forward and be happy that she, is a vice presidential candidate. But when I hear people say that shit, I'm like, whoa, since when did we say forget about what a president or a vice president candidate has done in that past? That's what it's all about. That's when we go to the primaries and different things and the different ad campaigns come out. People talk about what they stand for and what they've done, because 9 times out of 10, maybe 10 times out of 10, they're going to bring that same regime, that same way of thinking into the presidency. So who is Kamala Harris, as they say? What kind of things came up in her past that people are scrutinizing? I pulled up a couple things. The New York Post had a nice article in it, and I'll read just a couple of them. She also rejected calls from civil rights groups to investigate deadly police shootings in Los Angeles and San Francisco following the 2014 involved killing of Michael Brown in Missouri. We all remember that, in Ferguson, Missouri. And they say also in 2015, Harris required body cameras for California Department of Justice cameras, but didn't support the legislation mandating for all police officers to put body cameras on. She also was against marijuana. Now they're saying she's for marijuana. She also, in San Francisco, her time there, she actually started prosecuting parents for habitually truant students, calling the issue of skipping school tantamount to a crime, meaning equal to a crime. So she started putting out letters and whatnot and actually started prosecuting parents because their kids weren't going to school. Now, that's one thing you can go back and forth, about that. Also, she would actually put out letters to the public school parents, threatening them with citations for truancy, both jail and a $2,000 fine. It's a lot, Sam, man. If you got a few on your screen, I'll let you read a couple of them. But go ahead, jump into those.
All right. First off, let me start by saying this. When you see a Kamala Harris, to me personally, a woman born October 20th, 1964, about the same time as my mother's, day before my birthday, fellow Libra from Oakland, California. If you know me personally, you know I got very close roots to the city of Oakland, California. I want to like the woman. Graduated from Howard University. I had very high aspirations of going to Howard University. In fact, I was en route of going to Howard, but some things stalled me out. But love Howard and the city of DC, where our parents grew up. There's a lot you want to love about Kamala Harris. But then when you start looking, you start diving in and things start doing your due diligence, you start seeing some things that just doesn't make any sense. And when she became district attorney, her first 3 years, San Francisco conviction rate jumped from 52% to 67%. Harris didn't do enough to address police brutality, like you were saying, while she was attorney general, especially after she refused to investigate police shootings of 2 black men in 2014 and 2015. She also didn't support a 2015 bill in the state assembly that would have required the attorney general to appoint special prosecutor who specialized in police use of deadly force. Now, when you talk about why we have to get Trump out, now let me be very clear. This ain't pro-Trump. This ain't pro-nothing. Let's just break this shit down, because we have such a hate for a man because of the racial divide that he's caused in this country. But I think people fail to realize, and correct me if I'm wrong, bro, but between 2008 and 2016, cops didn't kill black folk.
Right.
I think they did. I think they was fucking us up then too. 2008 to 2016 was the Obama administration. The thing that kind of just drives me crazy about this shit is it seems like as long as we get a good speech and we hear some good music.
Oh, man. Talk about it.
And we see a mantle that we can just look up to and have aspirations to be. We're good. We don't really want generational wealth. We don't really want to have real control over our lives, our children's lives, our grandbabies' lives. We don't really want that. As long as we have a mantle to celebrate good food, good music, great speeches, we're good. And that shit's scary. Because the people that are really imploring for this to go down, Joe Biden and Kamala Harris to get into office, which is cool. If they get into office, okay, cool. But then what? Are we going to be quiet? Are we going to hold their feet to the fire the same way we've held Donald Trump's feet to the fire, the same way that they held Barack Obama's feet to the fire? But we didn't. Other people did. Are we going to really start holding people's feet to the fucking fire and getting what we want? Because let's say they do it. Let's say they do get in. Joe Biden and Kamala Harris, and nothing happens in 4 years. Are we going to tell her to get another chance in another 4? What the fuck are we going to do?
You're making a hell of a point, because as it stands right now, I don't see African-American black people with any specific agenda. I see them just excited. And I seen the same thing you said. Oh, the speech I never heard a speech like that. Oh, Biden. Oh, Kamala Harris, this, that. Oh, she's black. She's a black woman. Oh, look at her hair. Oh, he can dance. Oh, you know what I mean? It's nothing about, okay, what's she stand for? Okay, what's her record? Okay, what's she going to do when she gets in office? What's he going to do when he gets in office? We ain't even get into banging on Joe Biden yet. That's going to be another show. When we get into his record and him calling, the super predator thing and the different things, that the clip that we had. He didn't say super predator, but he said something similar, to that about black and Latinos. So it's a situation where it's the same old thing. And I warn people, especially people of color, don't fall into that. Go read the articles. Go see what she stands for. Compare, contrast. We're not saying that we're a Trump supporter or anything like that, like SamAnt said, but look at these people's records before you get behind them. Look what they've done. Because 9 times out of 10, like I said, what they've done in the past, they're going to do it in the future. That's their record. That's why we look at the fucking record of what these people done. So I just see more of the same. I'm not excited about it. I'm not happy about it. Honestly, if you were really to come to me and say who you want in there, I'll probably just leave Trump in there at this point. You know what I mean? Why change what's going on right now? The whole racism thing, most of the presidents have probably been racist. If you go all the way back to the first president, I would say it'd probably be 80 to 70% of them dudes is probably racist. It just is what it is. So the fact that a president is racist, what are you really saying? What is he doing? What is his policy? What is her policy? Is what we really have to look at here.
And let me say this, because this is going to come up in wherever this gets dropped at, this will be in any comment section we see. So y'all just going to go vote for Trump. So we just going to leave him in there. Who gives a fuck who's in there?
Right.
Who cares who's in there? if you ain't really focused on your local assembly, who your local judges are, who your local Congress people are, miss me with all this Instagram political bullshit, pro-blackity black Instagram bullshit, because you really don't care. You just enjoying typing bullshit. All right. It doesn't matter who's in office. Police are going to treat us the same until we start moving a different way financially. You got to hear people saying that, okay, we need to start not killing each other. Correct. All that cliche, all that shit's correct. But until we start controlling our dollar and really putting our voice forward locally to where we're like, hold on, who's the police chief in this motherfucking county who keeps allowing these babies to get killed without anything going on? And we got to vote him out, and we got to get somebody right in here. Okay, this is why we do need black officers, because we need black officers from our community who understand these children, understand their plight, understand their struggle, that go, okay, if Johnny's messing around in the store and happens to steal something, the cop will come through, put the shit back, take him home to his mom and have a conversation, as opposed to blowing his fucking brains out because he got a Snickers in his hand.
Exactly.
But we don't want to talk about that. We want to go, okay, Joe Biden and Kamala, Black, Obama, what else are we going to do? Stop that bullshit. Let me just go personally. In 2020, with Trump in here, we bought a studio building, created podcasts, got interviews, did everything we wanted to do. Now, did we struggle? Absolutely. Did it matter who was in presidency? Absolutely fucking not. Right. So stop letting all that shit distract you, let you worry about this or that, worried about who's in office, worried about what's going on. Because I promise you this, those headlines aren't going to change if Donald Trump comes out of office. If, in fact, Biden and Kamala Harris win this presidency, you're going to have a whole bunch of pissed off white people too, and nothing's going to be different. We got to control what we can control finally and move in a different direction. Until then, please miss me with this Instagram and social media bullshit. And the celebrities should be ashamed of themselves. I rock with Charlemagne heavy, but I'm very upset at what I'm seeing from this brother out here. Now, I'm not mad. I love black women. My mother's a black woman. I got aunts, I got uncles, I got family and intimate. I love black women. Right. This ain't a black woman conversation. This ain't about because we're going against Kamala Harris, we're going against black women. So stop putting that manipulation in there and causing that divide right from the jump. This woman, if she was in New Jersey, you'd be in jail. I'd be in jail. Our publicists would probably be in fucking jail. And half the young, great black men out here taking care of their children, taking care of their homes, and their communities would be in jail because of the ridiculous marijuana laws that she enforced out in California, where marijuana is so fucking relaxed. Right. I got family, and no disrespect, I love them to my heart, and I hope they're still listening, that are pro-marijuana to the T, but they'll sit there and go Kamala Harris because of the image that she portrays. I just ask and please implore people to do proper due diligence and not worry about who's in office or worry about this or that because you're seeing these images or this movie being written out on TV, man. Yeah, man, it's sad, man, to see that. Like the whole black woman thing. Let's go a little bit deeper in that. And the celebrity aspect, the celebrities are just straight clowns, man. If these celebrities are not willing to have a conversation exactly why they're endorsing somebody, they just say because she's a black woman, you get any black woman off the street and throw her in there, and then you're going to just support them. No, you got to look at what they stand for, what they have done is the bottom line. Now, again, if you're not looking at that, you're just ignorant at the end of the day. So, yeah, man, we'll see. If I had to guess right now, I'll probably say, what Biden did was he pulled his black card. He knew that he would have to, get the vote of black women, and even black men and get the celebrities and things behind them to try to get this election. And even, I know it's probably closer than we think it is, but to get that extra edge, he pulled his Obama black card. And everybody around, nobody's saying this is a good pick except ignorant people. When you talk about people who are politically savvy, everybody's saying the same thing, like, yo, does he really want to win the election? I've heard that from people. So we shall see, man. Another shit show. Got my popcorn ready. Oh God. If he was really, it was plenty of other very qualified black women politicians who he could have picked to serve a mantle more to where we know our agenda would at least be heard a little louder if they were in office. Stacey Abrams brings a bell out in Georgia. And shit, he wasn't picking. Yeah, he should have, but shit, and you see how quick you said shit and wonder why. Could that have been some real shit in there? This just puts more to the song and dance, and I'm enjoying my popcorn. And what November is going to be one entertaining fucking month. That day when the election opens up, man, I'm popping so much fucking popcorn and watching this shit. It's gonna be hilarious. Yeah. Hilarious. Yeah, definitely, man. Sorry if you're upset. Sorry if you're mad. Y'all can leave the comments cursing us out.
We know we got family and stuff. We know what it is. We got family and stuff. That's I've seen people like you seen people
close family.
Yeah, that really love Kamala Harris pick, and it just pains me, man. But again, like you said, we've been programmed to pick that Democrat. Even I was at one point before I was like, you know what, Democrat all the way down, but.
Didn't even know why.
Don't even know why. Just because our parents have done it and their parents probably done it. We've been taught to do it. And I think it's just dangerous. And these celebrities are dangerous as hell, man, for certain things like this. So we'll see, man.
That's all we can do is see. It'll be funny, though, man, because if Joe Biden does get elected, move over Jesus and Obama, because Camilla's coming to sit right next to y'all on them walls, next to Martin Luther King and the such salute. Man, don't disrespect to Mr. King.
Man.
And Malcolm X, they deserve to be on the wall.
And the crazy part is, if she became vice president, something happened to Joe Biden, she would actually be the president. Can you believe it, man? But this is what people. If you think about it, though, Sam, you remember like years ago, people said, "Are they going to try a black president? Then they're going to try a female next." This is as close to that as you can get.
It's on. You got so many different avenues out here that control the population that they just picked up. It's on. It's going to be entertaining. We'll see what happens.